Hi, today I'll be showing you one of the techniques that I've always used to help my students to conquer one of the sub-chapter in chapter 4 for Form 4, which is Keperibadian Nabi Muhammad. As far as you know, Tamadun Islam is one of the hardest for students to conquer because it is Tamadun Islam. And a lot of the students will find it difficult because a lot of Arabic words, a lot of things that are not familiar with them, especially if you are not Muslim. But for today, we'll be covering a revision where I'll help you with a technique to make sure that with my technique, you'll be able to understand and then you'll be able to memorize the 4 characteristics of Nabi Muhammad, or what I call as Keperibadian Nabi Muhammad, which you can find, as I mentioned, in chapter 4 of your Form 4. So, when we come to understanding this chapter, the first thing that I've always told my students when you come to trying to understand difficult concepts is to make sure that you can recognize the key points, or what you can call as the key alert or keyword. When you have a keyword that you need to know, you need to make sure that you understand what it means. And in this case, we are talking about Keperibadian, which is in English we call as the character. So in this part, what we are learning is we are learning about the character of Nabi Muhammad. And how do we start? Let's imagine that this is Nabi Muhammad. And when you look at Nabi Muhammad, there are 4 characters. Yes, there are 4 sifat-sifat mulia that Nabi Muhammad had. Of course, he had more, but these are the 4 main ones that you can easily understand and memorize after you have followed my techniques in this following lesson. So, the first character of Nabi Muhammad has got to do with his wisdom, his cleverness, or basically his brain. When Nabi Muhammad was chosen by Allah to be his messenger, you should have known that Allah wouldn't simply choose anyone to do his work. So, definitely the first thing about Nabi Muhammad is he has a brain, he's smart, he's wise, he's clever. So, the first one is in BM, wise or smart or clever is what you call as bijaksana. And bijaksana in Arabic is called fatana. So the first one, fatana. But Nabi Muhammad, as you follow through, he's not a person that you would actually think that he will keep all the knowledge for himself, or else he wouldn't be a messenger. Because of that, the second character that he has got to do with his mouth. The reason why I say so is because he used his mouth to deliver the message, the wisdom, the truth that he has gotten either from his own meditation or from Allah. And the second characteristics that Nabi Muhammad had is that he delivers. He menyampaikan. Make sure he delivers what he knows so that people around him can benefit from him. So that's the second characteristic. So the first one has got to do with his brain. From his brain, he will deliver it and he speak it out. Now, the third characteristic has got to do with what he has said. So Nabi Muhammad is known to be someone who constantly speaks the truth. It is because he constantly speaks the truth, that is the reason why people are attracted to him. So the things that he has sampaikan has always got to be something that is true. So the third thing has got to do with the content of what he has spoken, as you can see in the diagram. And it is basically, the third thing is truth. He constantly speaks truth. So the third one, when it comes to speaking truth, is called bercakap benar, or the Arabic word is called siddiq, which means truthful. And because he's truthful, people who listen to him speak, would trust him. And that brings to the fourth value that he has, or the fourth character that he has, which is he's trustworthy, which is amanah. So senyum, dipercayai, amanah. In fact, if you have learned the word amanah in your BM before, the word amanah basically means trustworthy, or someone whom you can trust, dipercayai. So with this diagram, you should be able to relate, starting from the mind, from a smart person that Nabi Muhammad is, then he moves on to his mouth. He never keep all the knowledge to himself, but he makes sure that he spread it as a messenger of Allah, menyampaikan, which is tablik, which sounds like tabalik, but it's not, it's just tablik. But what are the things that he has spoken? He has constantly spoken truth. And because he has constantly spoken truth, he's known as someone who speaks the truth. He is bercakap benar, that's in Arabic, which is siddiq. And the fourth one, which is dipercayai. Because he constantly speaks the truth, people trust him, people believe in him. That's why he's called as someone who is boleh dipercayai or amanah. So let's have a recap. Let's say I can guarantee you what I've given to you, what I've shown you earlier on, you wouldn't have forgotten all of it, because just by the look of it, just from this diagram alone, you would have known that the first characteristic of Nabi Muhammad has got to do with his brain. He's smart, so you've got to see the brain. And it relates to one thing, which is bijaksana. In Arabic, it's called fatana. And fatana in English basically means wise. But remember, from the brain, he'll move to his mouth. And why does it focus about the mouth? Because he's someone who delivers the truth, delivers the knowledge that he has gotten, and make sure that he shares with people. And what are the things that he has shared with people? Of course, the things that is delivered is what we call as menyampaikan, tablik. But what are the things that he shared to people? The content of things that he's always shared to people is truth. And because of that, the next third value that he has is bercakap benar, which is sidik, truthful. And because he's a truthful person, the fourth characteristic that Nabi Muhammad had is he is constantly trusted by people. People around him listens to him and people trust him because he's always speaking the truth. And this brings up to the fourth point, which is amanah, or what I call is boleh dipercayai, or in English we call as trustworthy. So I hope by using this simple method, you have actually understood how to apply understanding and a little bit of common sense together with some good graphics just to stimulate your brain so that it's easier for you to actually understand. As I've mentioned, once you have understood, it's easy for you to memorize. I hope this mini lesson has helped you. So if you find my classes are helpful, there's a link around this video that you can click. Make sure you click on that link to register for my class. And I'm looking forward to see how I can help you further in your revision for your SPM. See you soon.